natural to feel some anxiety about job interviews, but there's good news. You can take positive action to reduce the stress level and improve your chances of success at the same time. As you get ready to begin interviewing, keep 3 points in mind. First, the process takes time. Start your preparation and research early. As a bonus, the more prepared you are, the more confident you will be. Second, interviews are a two-way discovery process. The questions you ask can be as important as the questions companies ask you. Third, the more you know about the process, the more successful you will be. Most firms interview candidates in stages as they narrow down the list of possibilities. Some firms offer guidance about their interviewing processes on their websites, so be sure to check for any tips and advice. The interviewing process usually starts with a screening stage designed to filter out applicants who lack the desired qualifications or who might not be willing to accept the salary range or other parameters of the position. Study the job description carefully and be ready to respond to questions about how your qualifications fit the requirements of the position. Screening interviews might be conducted through an app or other online system or by an outside staffing firm. Recognize that you're not going to win the job at this point. Your goal is to make it past the screening and on to the next stage. Candidates who make it past screening are invited to more in-depth interviews that help the company select the person who is most likely to succeed in the position. A typical next step is a phone or video interview with the hiring manager. The manager will want to dig a little deeper into your qualifications and start to determine how well you might perform in the job. Use this opportunity to ask insightful questions about the position and the company, and to make sure it's the right opportunity for you. You might encounter several types of questions within a single interview, and it helps to recognize what kind of question the interviewer is asking. The two most common types are behavioral questions and situational questions. Behavioral questions require you to craft answers based on your own experiences and attributes. For example, an interviewer might want you to describe a situation where you had to deal with a difficult teammate or resolve a communication breakdown. Effective answers to behavioral questions have 3 parts. A brief summary of the situation or task. The approach you took to solve the problem or meet the challenge. The results you achieved. The acronym STAR can help you remember the sequence. ST for situation or task. A for approach. And R for results. Situational questions are similar to behavioral questions except that instead of focusing on the past, they focus on the future. Interviewers ask these questions to get a sense of how you would handle situations that could arise on the job. Situational questions can be more challenging than behavioral questions because they force you to think on your feet and envision yourself in situations you may never have experienced. Even if you aren't familiar with the business details of a particular scenario, though, you can use common sense to imagine how experienced people in that situation would respond. Employers are impressed with candidates who do their research and arrive ready to have a productive exchange of information. Take the time to learn about the company, the position, and even the managers who will be interviewing you, if you can get their names. Chances are you will hear some commonly used interview questions, such as where you see yourself in 5 years, so search for lists of common questions and practice your answers to them. And it's just as important to plan questions of your own, about the company and the position. The more you prepare, the more confident you'll feel during the interview. Practice your interviewing skills with a friend or an interview simulator app. Make sure you're comfortable answering the most common questions. For video or in-person interviews, present an image that is compatible with the company's culture and that helps you feel positive about yourself. Perhaps most important of all, remember that you have value to offer, and companies need people like you. Your college's Career Center has a wealth of resources to help you prepare for job interviews, so take full advantage of their help. Best wishes for success.